Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses Crimson Flower. And so this is the smallest area you have before the, the last mission before the time skip, and you just talk to people and all that stuff. And again, I'm going to show this part off because not only is it new, but this again, it has one of my favorite things about Three Houses, and I love just how every character gets involved. You get to see everyone's perspectives on situations, really big stuff that takes place, and here is no different. Like again, you get to talk to the soldiers and all the different people in your house and the Black Eagles and so on about how they feel. And then, what I love so much is that every single person is conflicted. Well, obviously aside from Edelgard and Cuba and stuff like that, but everyone is conflicted. It's so interesting. Even the other NPCs, it's just they're saying oh, did I come here on impulse? Is it the right thing to do? Sorry, I really paused on that for a while. I guess I was doing something in the meantime. And then you've got people like Mercedes, she's thinking, oh, was this the right choice? Because I faith for the church, but then again, it's the will of the goddess, so they didn't want the church to become this way. And even Ingrid's I want to convince my family, but they won't listen, so I've got to fight against them. And Caspar's if I'm not huge on this, but if I sided against the Empire, I'd have to fight my dad. And then Ferdinand, especially again, his dad is placed under house arrest, and how he's thinking of it because he's lost his title basically. He's lost all this status, and it's do I still want to side with Edelgard? Because even he admits his dad isn't great. Yeah, and these two pretty much work for Edelgard. And yeah, because this was before I completed this before the DLC came out, we're not getting Jaritz, whatever his name is. I can't remember. Which is a shame because we actually had Mercedes on the team, so that would have been pretty awesome. But regardless, also for those watching, I'm recording this just as the Game of the Year awards have been announced. I'll talk more about them later and my quote predictions. Well, as much as I can predict and stuff like that. But I just want to focus on this because again, it's just so interesting. I love when Fire Emblem does when you see how everyone feels towards a certain situation. It's so damn good. Again, could you imagine, again, sometimes Fire Emblem games do take time to do this. For example, again, Mercedes going on, she's trying to be optimistic about this. In Path of Radiance, how everyone felt after What's-His-Face's death. Grail's death and stuff like that. In FE7, after Ninian died, obviously you had Ellawood, Lynn and stuff just trying to recap and everything. And it's really, really good to see characters do that. I absolutely love it. Yeah, so even Ingrid's and I love the fact that everyone is so conflicted. It's such interesting storytelling. It makes it feel like a really, really character-focused game, because Fire Emblem for the longest time have been one of those games, and to an extent, this one still does, where it's the main characters that literally dictate everything. Once you recruit someone, they kind of push to the side. Three Houses doesn't do that, because even the scenes where you go into the Battle of the Eagle and Lion, everyone has input, and it's so good to see that. I love to see that it feels like everyone is a team. Obviously, the main lords are the ones really pushing forward, but I just love so much that everyone else feels like they actually impact the story. It feels like they belong. They're not just, hi, I'm here, hi, I'm gone. And again, I love that so much. It's so interesting. It's especially interesting with the Black Eagles because of how much, I can imagine with some characters because again, when you choose Silver Snow, again, they still have different reactions, and again, I think that's fantastic. But I imagine some characters in I imagine Leone was pretty I can imagine from the start she was with the Golden Deer from beginning to end. Whereas the Black Eagles, they could be swayed because Edelgard is doing something very ambitious, and she's not the most again, she does have some questionable morals. Yeah, again, Ferdinand's conflicted, and it's so interesting. I love that. And think of Petra. Again, she can go for or against. It's I want to work with the Empire so that Bridget and the Empire can become good friends. But if you side against, we can take back. Bridget can take back their, their freedom from the Empire. Again, it works so well. It's the same with Shamir and Dagda. It's so good. Yeah. And then God Dorothy is Edelgard is making the world I would like, but at the same time she's causing a lot of suffering. That's why when you don't when you go against, she's got an orphanage going on. It's just yeah. I love it so much. But anyway, so again, that's something I've really got to compliment Three Houses for. So anyway, right, before we start talking about the chapter, I think it's best that we acknowledge, and obviously you got Bernadette with her family issues and all that. I think it's might as well address the fact that Game of the Year awards have been announced, and so far it looks like a very, very interesting thing. One thing that surprised me was the fact that Smash Ultimate got nominated, because it technically came out last year, but I guess they're only counting games from the end of November 2019 to the start of December 2018. I guess that's what they're doing. But so Game of the Year awards, what do I think? I think the two biggest contenders for just most awards are Death Stranding and Smash Ultimate for two reasons. Well, for one each. Death Stranding I haven't played, and I heard that the game is not that fun. but it's going to win the technical side of things. It's going to win best like acting. It's going to win best voice direction. It's going to win probably maybe best art direction, best sound, best story. It's probably going to win all the technical side of the video game thing. Game of the year? Don't know, but it's probably going to win on that side. Like I get the feeling Death Stranding will get at least a good number of awards. I haven't played it, so I can't judge. All I've heard is it's not that fun, but at the same time, sometimes the Game of the Year awards is not just about how much fun the game is, it's also how much they're pushing boundaries and how technically advanced they are. And Death Stranding's really doing that. Smash Ultimate... Sorry. That was the Joy-Con. Smash Ultimate, I get the feeling that's going to definitely win Best Fighting Game. The only one that could possibly beat it, possibly, is Mortal Kombat 11, but I don't think so. I mean, Mortal Kombat 11 was wonderful, but Smash Ultimate, Smash Ultimate. I think Smash Ultimate will win that, and it might win Best Multiplayer Game. Game of the Year, I wouldn't be surprised if it won. If it didn't, fair enough. I wouldn't be surprised just because Smash has that staying power. And again, it's voted by fans, and Smash has that mass appeal. It's ridiculous. So if Smash wins, great for Smash. Again, I've got my issues with Smash Ultimate, but that's more to do with single player and online. But I can't deny that it's earned its awards. The roster's fantastic. The presentation music are wonderful. There's tons of content. The balancing is really good. The mechanics, I feel, are the best Smash has done. In terms of being an actual fighting game, it's by far the best Smash Bros. Has ever done. And it's only getting better with all the DLC. So I can easily see it winning, and it deserves to win. It's not my favorite Smash, but that's purely down to two factors that just happen to really, really influence my opinion. But like, oh my god, like again, if Smash Ultimate had even like decent online and a pretty strong single player, easily my favorite. But anyway, Three Houses did not get nominated aside from Best Strategy Game. Now I know some people were disappointed. Personally, I think the fact that they got nominated for one award shows how great this is. Because remember, the Game of the Year awards are getting harder and harder, and a lot of them push the games that are either A, the most popular, or B, the most technically impressive. Three Houses was neither. Three Houses was a popular game, but concerning the entire year, nah. Like, it is no Smash Bros, it is no Resident Evil, it is no Sekiro, it's no Overwatch. Fire Emblem is, like, it's not that, but the fact that it got nominated shows how good this game is. I will vote for it as Best Strategy Game, because that's, well, that's the thing with Game of the Awards. I'll only vote for the stuff I can actually vote for, because I didn't play a lot of games this year, because, I was just I was trying to get through them back. I'm not trying to buy that many games. I want to try and get through the ones I have, rather than just invest in loads of other ones. Obviously, I did play games this year, Crash, Nitro, Field, Three Houses, and of course, Bloodstained, which was actually my favorite game of the year. Yeah, I prefer Bloodstained to Three Houses. I'm sorry, I love Three Houses, but Bloodstained is... It's Metroidvania, and I fucking love Metroidvania so much. I'm sorry. It's close between the two, I'll say that. It's very close between those two. But I just, again, I have the biggest, I have the biggest bias towards Metroidvania. I absolutely love the genre so much. But anyway, as I was saying, so I hope Three Houses does win Best Strategy Game. The fact that it got nominated is enough for me. The fact that it got nominated, I'm happy. I'm happy it got nominated. Very, very happy. Yeah, and again, with the Game of the Year awards, I'm just happy that all the stuff gets acknowledged and so on. I'll only be voting for stuff like, I hope Crash Team Racing wins Best Sports Racing Game, because it really, really, really deserves to. I thought it was such a, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to make it so that it reaches Caspar, but I don't think that's going to be the case. So, just fuck it. So yeah, that's my take on the Game of the Awards. I hope Three Houses does get Best Strategy Game, because that'll be fantastic. The fact that Fire Emblem, there's won an award, that'll be so great. Especially in this day and age where it's getting harder and harder to win it, to become the best of the best. So anyway, as for this chapter, I quite like it. Very offense-heavy chapter, and it's very much like broken up into three sections, left, right, and middle. And it all kind of merges. The enemies here are strong. There's quite a few boss-like enemies, so, be careful of that. There are green units here. They're kind of stupid. Alright, they're stupid in the sense that sometimes they'll just attack units that they're going to lose against, but at the same time, some of them are pretty good. Like, the Death Knight appears later on, and at the very least, the Death Knight is strong. And there he goes. So, again, I quite like the chapter. It can be a little daunting because there's a lot to manage. Again, there is a... Three Houses does that a lot. There's a lot to micromanage in Three Houses. So, in that particular instance, you got to kind of keep an eye on all of them, and the bosses are no slouches. Flame, oh my god, Flame was like, I'm sorry, Flame was not a good unit when I first had her, again, just because she just wasn't that strong. She was a good support, but that was about it. But fucking hell, now she starts like, again, she can one-shot Petra, who's got 40 HP. And I'm just like, my god. But anyway, so yeah, I quite like the chapter. Just, the best thing to do is just identify which enemies are on which side and divide and conquer. I mean, you can always just charge the middle, if you want, but I think you have to destroy the three, like, Gilbert, Sephiroth. Also, they only get defeated, they don't die. You have to defeat Gilbert, Sephiroth, and Flame to open the game. Then you've got to deal with Catherine, Cyril, and Rhea. But for me, I like to divide up. Left side, you're facing mostly Pegasus Knights. Middle is a lot of Knights and magic users. And I think the right, you get quite a few, like, it's mostly like Sword Masters, I think? I know there's like Knights on all sides, but I think the Sword Masters on the right side. So, like, Petra took the right and Bernie helped her. You know, Edelgard, Caspar, and Hubert took the middle, along with Mercedes just in between, both helping them out. And so on. So, yeah, again, I quite like the chapter. Again, it can be daunting, but I like it. Again, I really do feel, again, it helps to add to the thing that Three Houses is going for it, where it does feel like a war game. Again, Radiant Dawn, I feel, was closest before that, but Three Houses feels like there's a real war going on, and I really, really like it because of that. I really, like it, because again, Fire Emblem is about war, now it's kind of got, you know, what you call it, living up to that. And oh, Petra, oh, she's just so great here. If only I could have made her a Wyvern, but regardless. And it's funny, because if you do the Silver Snow route, the roles are reversed. You've got to defend it, and it becomes an interesting defense mission where you've really got to push forward. Like, again, it's a defense mission, but it's more aggressive. I'll talk more about that when we actually get to Silver Snow, which will be once this is done. Yeah. Granted, you know, there's not that many chapters to go through in Crimson Flower. And, you know, because I'm going to be cutting them down, they shouldn't be too long. Plus, also, my team is pretty strong. But just generally, you know, I really, really did enjoy it. And I really did just enjoy Crimson Flower as a whole. I really enjoyed Three Houses. It's not the best in every category, but it does so much right. And again, I'm glad that it at the very least got nominated for Game of the Year. I feel that speaks volumes. Because you got to remember, Three Houses, narratively, is not pushing the bound. That's the thing. A lot of Game of the Year nominees have to be kind of push the boundaries, or just, you know, it's usually a case of you got to either push the boundaries, or you've got to have such recognition as a franchise, and, you know, stuff like that. Because Three Houses got amazing reviews. Don't get me wrong, it got amazing reviews and it did sell very well. But Fire Emblem is not on the same level as like Resident Evil, actually, thing is, would it be on this? No, because I know because Fire Emblem's been around longer than Devil May Cry, and Devil May Cry is definitely a big influence on the hack and slash genre. But okay, it varies, it's weird. But like, you know. Also, like, again, because Three Houses, graphically, it's not pushing the boundaries. Gameplay-wise, it's not pushing boundaries, whereas, like, I'm sure Resident Evil 2 was, like, an amazing remake in terms of how updated it, and DMC 5 probably did amazing in terms of being a hack and slash. So, you know, it had that going for it. Again, this is just conjecture. Again, I haven't played those games, so I'm just kind of guessing. Oh, yeah, and he gets, you know, Reason Level 4 and Battalion Renewal. Yay. So I just talked to them just to, you know, just to have an idea. They do survive, even if they die. They do survive to go to the time skip, so don't worry about that. And there goes Ferdinand. Oh, again, he's very happy. First Bernadette and now Ferdinand. Also, again, I'm sorry, but that critical was pathetic. He poked him with the axe. That's not a critical. Christ, the GBA sprite thing. One shot with Hubert, and all he used was a bloody fireball. Again, Hubert's magic. Again, if it was next to Lysithea, he might be the most potent magic user in terms of raw damage. I know Lysithea is the most potent, but
hammer down!
Go Edelgard. But you know, Hubert's no slouch. This is the thing. Just because, again, that's something I've noticed. Some in Fire Emblem. Sometimes, I think some people, not everyone, some people forget that just because, like, when it comes to classes, one unit is the best doesn't mean the others are bad. It's kind of like how, you know, I'm trying to think of some examples. Like, for example, yeah, Florina is the best Pegasus Knight in Blazing Sword, but Fiora's pretty damn good. Kent, alright, not count Marcus, because Marcus was his own tier. Like, sorry, Sane is the best Cavalier, if I remember correctly, but Kent and Lowen are still perfectly good. Keep thinking. Again, in this particular instance, yeah, Lysithea is the best mage, but Hubert's great. Hubert's still, you know, extremely effective. The same way in Radiant Dawn, yeah, me is the best Swordmaster, but Xerox still pretty damn good. Yeah, we got this, don't worry. But yeah, so again, you know, I think sometimes family units can get overshadowed just because although they're still good units, they're not the best in that particular class, which is a little bit upsetting, but obviously it doesn't happen all the time, but it is a little upsetting. And there goes Dorothea. I assume I get a level up from this, or something.
Thank you.
Yes, I do. Well, hey. Oh, Dorothea's like 10 strength. You know she's 1/3 of her cap done. Yeah, Dorothea's strength cap is 30. And I was like, oh, Dorothea, man. Oh, granted, 30 strength is still, like, again, if she's able to cap that before reaching, like, you know, the tail end of the game, 30 strength is still impressive. But, you know, that's a very, very low cap. And go, Bernie.
Am I done yet?
What's the... Yeah, Bernadette's strength was 20. Again, I can't remember what everyone's strength stat is by the end of this. I think Petra's and Dorothea's No, not Dorothea's, definitely not Dorothea's. I think Petra's and Edelgard's is the highest. Getting Caspar's is pretty high as well, but not the highest. Also, I'm talking about strength, not magic stat, because Lysithea and Hubert have the best magic stat, bar none. Oh god. And again, one shot with the fireball. So again, I like, you know, I wish more Fire Emblem games kind of like, and you know, I kind of like Free House's approach to micromanagement, and like how chapters are very much designed in a way where the army does have to split up. Because even though I'm used to kind of like moving as a singular formation, I kind of like how it, you know, the maps kind of encourage splitting up and really working the tactics around that. And I like, because again, to me, that puts emphasis on using all your units, not relying on just one, as well as just you know, making the match more engaging, because you have to think a bit harder. Also, again, oh my god, Free Houses, you actually made Pegasus Knights a legit threat as enemies, because for the longest time, I've never had Pegasus Knights be threats. The most was like Fire Emblem Fates in Conquest, where some of the Kinshi Knights were kind of threatening, but not to this extent. Like the Pegasus Knights here, they hit hard, or they're weak, but they hit hard and they are fast. You don't fuck with the Pegasus Knights. But again, I love that about Free Houses. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, like I said, they can be kind of stupid. It's like, you know, you're getting double, but you know, for what, 29 damage. That's a lot of damage, as they would say. Oh god, and he's, yep, that soldier's gone. Again, fucking Pegasus Knight killing a warrior. This would never fly in the GBA games, unless I was a Pegasus Knight against the warrior. But you know what I mean. Enemy Pegasus Knight. But yeah, so, and also, yeah, just be ready for the next bit, because that's when they start throwing ballistas at you. They have these, like, giant automatons to throw at you, and, you know, you've got to deal with Catherine and thing. Oh yeah, any advice for Catherine? Don't let her attack you. Bait Catherine out, and then attack her, because if she attacks you, she'll get the quadruple, like, I think she'll get a quadruple or at least the double, because of her Thunder Brand. So, you know, you'll want to attack her, before, you know, kill her before she kills you. Seiros wasn't too big of an issue for me, again, it was on the Wyvern, just use the fucking bow or magic. Rhea can be dangerous, she's not that fast. She can be a bit dangerous. She also has the counterattack skills, so be wary of that. But she ain't too bad. I think
this!
Ironically, the one I had the most trouble with was Flame, because her magic output was ridiculous. But luckily, Bernadetta could easily deal with her because of the additional range. Again, fucking Flame's magic was ridiculous. Like, yeah. Gilbert wasn't too bad either, although, I swear to God, the RNG was really whack when I was against Gilbert. Because, like, Dorothea went up against him, and he had, like, 28 hit, and he hit her, and I'm like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Yeah, I don't know how much... Oh, yeah, Gilbert is in the final chapter thing as well. Hey, 1 damage is better than nothing. You know, I will probably do a Silver Snow playthrough where I just do church units just so I can get a better idea of them. Because I have a good idea about, like, Manuela, Hanneman, Catherine, and... what's-his-face? And Shamir. But, like, Cyril... Oh, and also Flame, but, like, Cyril, Gilbert, Alois, I really need to make use of them more just to get a better understanding. How else am I going to make top 8, if there are 8 of them? I can't remember how many there are. If there are... yeah. How else am I going to make top 8, church units? Again, I'm just currently almost done Black Eagles. Yeah, hopefully, by the time this video is uploaded, it should be out by the end of the week. I'm hoping. Yeah.
Unfortunately, you must die here.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, it's like, fuck it. It's like, I don't care if it's a times 2, 0 times 0. Sorry, 0 times 2 is still 0. So yeah, look right here. 35 damage. Because fuck, she's not that fast, but still, 35 damage. Why weren't you this powerful before, Flame? My god. Fucking holding out on me. So anyway, thank you all very much for watching. That's the end of this part. Next time we come back, we're finishing up this chapter. We're taking the fight to Rhea, and I'm going to enter a deep sleep as we say goodbye to the first half of Fire Emblem Three Houses. And, you know, I'm still very happy this game at the least got nominated for a Game of the Year award. Until then, thank you all very much for watching. I will see you next time. Take care, and have a wonderful evening.